Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Now recently I've been watching some people's videos and I saw Scentland review this and I thought, I'm sure I've reviewed that, and yes I did a long time ago, but I haven't got one on my channel, so I thought, you know what, I'll do my own take on it from after watching Chris's video from Scentland. And this one is the Paco Rabanne Ultraviolet Man. I think mine's a 50ml, yeah, 50ml. Here, you can see my camera there, and I like the bottle. You know, it's got a sort of almost futuristic vibe, which is apparently what they were going for with this release, both in its look of the bottle and its scent. So you got the Ultraviolet Man there, and that's where you grip it like that, like a stapler gun, and you spray it's right there. And you can sort of spray the juice. So I've got some on the back of my hand, so I'm not going to spray it. And the juice has got like a purpley vibe to it to go along with the name. So like ultraviolet, like all the ultraviolet lights and the rays. That's what it's sort of trying to portray. So this one, I've got some notes here. The class is a amber woody. I don't know. And it was released in 2001, so I'd have been 21 years of age when this came out. The notes are, top notes are mint and amber, mint of vetiver, pepper and spicy notes, and the base is oak moss and vanilla. So for me, what I get is amber, out of the notes that is, the amber, I would say the vetiver on the dry down, oak moss and vanilla, but I also get what I'll get into now is a floral. I wouldn't say like a feminine floral, but there's definitely a floral when you spray this, and it's a slightly sweet floral. So when you first spray this, it comes off like a sweet floral scent, and it stays like that for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Which is what I've got on the back of my hand. It was about 10-15 minutes ago, and that really, it's almost like it says like a violet, but it's like a sweet violet, floral violet smell. Which at the notes I would also say there's a very hint of a vanilla as well, which is more like a supporting note at the beginning. But as this dries down, that for my skin at least, that floral note really starts to tone down, and then what you're really getting, which I've put here because I haven't quite got the dry down on my skin. Last time I wore this, I'll give some notes. It does smell a little bit like the violet sweets you can get when you first spray it, sort of, but as it dries down, it doesn't keep the violet a lot. It's still there, that sort of violet floral edge. It starts losing its sweetness a bit, and a bit more of the sort of an amber woody vanilla dry down is how I would describe it. And yeah, it's like there's almost like an ambergris smell to this to me, but without the saltiness. I get a sort of an ambergris kind of vibe. More than amber itself, you get a little bit of vanilla. It's more of a woody dry down, which to my nose, a woody dry down with a slight ambergris take, with just a hint of vanilla in the backbone. Again, it's not a vanilla-y type of scent. It doesn't come off like gourmand in any way. This is quite a unique scent. And that's why I'm struggling a little bit to sort of try and get you to sort of put your mind on how this smells, because unless you've smelt this, you would have no idea. It doesn't matter how much somebody tries to portray what this smells like, you would have absolutely no idea until you've smelt it. It is a very unique take on a scent. Well, I think what they were going for with this is they wanted something that portrays the future. So they was trying to put, say, if everything was robotic and plastic and things like that, like the future that predicting the future is going to be, which is pretty much true, let's be honest. They wanted a scent to sort of resemble that, and they've got it right here, because there's a whole overtone to this of like a plasticky smell, but not in a bad way, and put a like a synthetic plasticky sort of smell to it, but without going make it smell cheap or nasty or anything like that. It's deliberate. It's a deliberate take on what they think thought like a future smell would smell like, without going cheap and, say, synthetically nasty smell. It's just got like a deliberate sort of plasticky vibe to it. It's very nice though, and very unique. And if you like unique fragrances, what I do, I like things that nobody really wears anymore, or someone hasn't tried to copy. So I like things like this. I like things like Versace the Dreamer, or things that come out and no one really tried to copy. And they've stayed unique. That's what I like. Because if you know me and know what I own and what I have, 1 million has been copied to death. Paco Rabanne Invictus been copied to death. Or I know sort of ones. Guess what? I don't own those ones, and it's not really deliberate as such. I just want to be unique. So my train of thought, oh, I know nobody's really copied that, and I want to try it. Yeah, I'm not deliberately avoiding. It's just my train of thought is I'd rather be unique. And when I smell something like this, I know I've not smelt anything that tries to resemble it or anything like that. And for me, it might be subconscious, but I get drawn to those fragrances more because of that reason. So let's get off the bit of a rant, and yeah, there's a slight spiciness to this. Did they say there was a spicy notes? Yes, spicy notes. So as it's drying down, a bit more of a spiciness is coming through. So it's like ambery, spicy side to it, with a touch of well, it has got a bit of the alchemos there, and only a touch of vanilla. It's a supporting note, to say, but like a spicy, ambery, alchemosy is basically how I'd put it. Dry down now. The opening is the more unique thing, and as it dries down, I wouldn't say you've smelt it before. It still stays unique, but it isn't quite as unique as the opening. The opening is what is very, very unique to this fragrance, but it does still stay quite unique, but just not quite as much than the opening. I would say this is a good, I would say, spring and autumn scent. Spring for the opening. The opening has got like a spring light, it's got a floral, sweet sort of take. But as I would say, like I said, the dry down becomes a little bit more spicy and woody and so on, ambery. I would say that the dry down is more like what kind of scent I would enjoy in autumn. So it's got a spring and autumn sort of feel to it for me. You could wear this on a summer night. I wouldn't wear this on a summer daytime in the heat. It's got a bit of a cloyiness to it in high heat. I have tried it in high heat and it comes a bit too much, even with just a couple of sprays. I don't think it's quite got the legs for winter. I mean, this one has got just above average performance on me. It'll last me a sort of working day, 6 or 8 hours or so, but it's not a massive pusher on my skin. It pushes pretty well for the first hour or two, and then really comes quite close to my skin, and that's where it sits. People will still smell it, and it's not exactly an attention getter or a compliment getter, as it's quite unusual and quite unique, but it's unusual in the sense, and it's not your typical fragrance that everybody's just going to say, oh, that smells nice, or you smell fresh and it's clean. No, it's different, and a lot of people won't compliment something that they don't understand, which, fair enough. it's just not one of those mass appealing fragrances like some can be. Again, I like things like that. It's just unique. Now, I would say this is a unisex scent when you first spray it, but it goes more towards a masculine scent once the oak moss and the spices come through and that opening starts to die down. So yeah, I would say it's definitely more of a masculine scent. But if you spray it, say in a store, and you smell it, you would say, oh, that's more like could easily be worn by a male or female. Once that sort of top dries off, it definitely is more of a masculine scent, in my opinion. I would say it's a good 21 plus. Doesn't really have any maturity to it. It doesn't have any immaturity to it. It isn't like a kid's fragrance. It isn't a teen's fragrance. It isn't an older man's fragrance. So I think anybody could really wear this, but as a suggestion, I would say about 21 and up for this one. And I would say this, out of anything, is more of a casual scent. It smells casual when you first spray it, but because the dry down is quite a bit different, you could sort of wear this one a little bit sort of smart casual before it's dry down. But overall, I would definitely say this is more of a casual scent, in my opinion. So overall, I really like this fragrance. It's just unique, and I like things that are unique and different. Don't wear it that much, honestly. I will put an honestly tab to it. I don't wear it that much, but I've got so much that I wear that I don't really gravitate to it that much. I've got things that I work like a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 sort of job, so I sort of got my dumb reaches, but when the weekend comes, I tend to sort of gravitate and grab more towards the things for me and more unique fragrances. I just wear things a little bit safer for work, but when it comes to weekends, I'll grab things like this. However, I've got quite a few things like this that are more unique, and of course I can't wear everything all the time, so it doesn't get that much wearing. I wore this, I think, last weekend, and it's been one of the first weekends for months and months that I've worn it, but again, I did enjoy it because again, I like unique things. So let me know in the comments below, do you like this, do you not like it, have you tried it, not tried it, what do you think of it? I remember it being a little bit stronger when it first came out, but it's still a decently performing fragrance now, and certainly the scent hasn't really changed very much. So leave a comment below. Whatever it is, I'll answer you as soon as I can. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon on the next video.